Good evening. Thank you all for being here, and thank you to the new South St. Petersburg Community Redevelopment Area Ad Hoc Planning Committee, which is a mouthful. Thank you all for being here, for being a part of this, the residents and stakeholders that are here with us. Thank you all for being here tonight. And thank all of you for your dedication to our great city. With us tonight, I see Councilmember Carl Nurse is here. Give him a hand. I know this is an endeavor that all of City Council is passionate about, believes in, feels strongly about, and appreciates also all of you who are here tonight. Many of the city staff who are here tonight, including my Deputy Mayor, Dr. Kanika Tomlin, my Director of Urban Affairs, Nikki Capehart, our CRA Coordinator, Rick Smith, Director of Neighborhood Affairs, Mike Dove, and all the other staff who are here. They've all worked really hard to make sure that my administration successfully carries the torch forward in this process that began long before we came on board in January. One of our objectives in the revitalization of South St. Pete is to invest our time and resources in people, not just places. We want to create opportunity for every willing resident, and that is a part of our vision for the city. We're coming to work every day, and I have to tell you, I love coming to work every day, which is a wonderful feeling. I'm reminded that City Hall is a symbol of our local government, and we want to make our local government more accessible to neighborhoods in and around Midtown and Childs Park. We've taken that important first step. We've opened 2 satellite offices, and that was done at no expense to taxpayers. And as I've said in the past, I want South St. Pete to be a destination that offers jobs just as many, that offers as many jobs and housing opportunities, culinary experiences and culture and entertainment activities as we have in downtown, or even out my area out in West St. Petersburg. All areas of the city, the opportunities need to exist in all, or as we like to say in our vision statement, we want the sun to shine on all who live, work, and play here in St. Pete. So we're relying on the various areas of expertise that each of you have to help us craft the policy which will ultimately rebuild South St. Pete and have an impact on our entire city. I also want to remind us that after years of work and planning, we face an accelerated process, and we hope to have the work of this ad hoc committee done by December. So you have a challenge in front of you, but I know that you are all up to the challenge. I want to close by reminding you that your role in this community and in our community is pivotal. You all know what works in our city. You know what works in our community. You know what works in our neighborhoods. Government can't and shouldn't do the difficult work alone. It has to be a partnership with the community. One community. And that's why I'm excited to appoint Ms. Ada McFarley, owner of Neverlay Cleaning Services and president of Melrose Mercy Neighborhood Association, as the chair of the CRA Ad Hoc Committee, and Dr. Cynthia Johnson, Center Director of the Pinellas County Small Business Development Center, as the vice chair. Both of these ladies, along with the committee and all of your very important community input, I believe will offer great leadership to this process. We'll need your help to continue to lift up those most in need, to become a daring city, to become a city that's a beacon of hope and of progress. Again, I want to thank you all for your service, and I'd like to turn it now over to my Deputy Mayor, Dr. Kanika Tomlin.
Thank you, Mayor. As the Mayor mentioned, our administration has adopted a vision. It's here on the screen in front of you. It's steeped in opportunity and focused on promise for the people of our community. Your work here tonight and throughout this process will help to make that vision a reality. So tonight I'm going to review why the redevelopment plan is so critically important for South St. Petersburg and really our entire city. But first, I wanted to share with you the details of our vision because it drives all of the city's purpose, plans, and actions. St. Petersburg will be a city of opportunity where the sun shines on all who come to live, work, and play. We will be an innovative, creative, and competitive community that honors our past while pursuing our future. The city's entire team of servant leaders is working hard along 4 strategic pathways, and you see them here, to achieve this vision: fiscal stewardship and responsibility, innovation, impactful service, and community engagement. These are the avenues across which we will strategically advance toward our goals. All of this is underscored by a set of values that define who we are and all that we aspire to be. These values include accountable servant leadership, transparent access to the information that informs decisions, respect for diversity and the value that it brings, empowerment that fosters ownership, responsive processes that create a seamless city, and inclusive practices that promote equality and justice. These are the tenets that guide our work. We appreciate your commitment to having them guide your work on the development of the CRA as well. You are an extension of our team, and we thank you for your service. Some highlights of the benefits that come with the adoption of the CRA redevelopment plan include an update and codification of the city's economic development strategy to revitalize South St. Petersburg in a way that reflects the economic issues and opportunities facing our community. It will integrate the various planning efforts and strategies dedicated to the eradication of poverty into one formal city economic policy document for the South Side. It will serve as the planning and policy document on which future state and federal funding opportunities such as Promise Zones, Choice Neighborhoods, and Promise Neighborhoods will be based. It will also provide policy direction and insight for the prioritization of capital improvement and operations funding every year. With consent from the Pinellas County Board of County Commissioners, it establishes a source of funding that will be used to finance public improvement projects in the South St. Petersburg community for the next 40 years. And it creates the city's first advisory committee for a community redevelopment area after more than 35 years of redevelopment planning. So as you can see, the work in front of you is important. It's critical to the future of our city for decades to come. People who don't stand here today to thank you for the service that you're providing will benefit from all that you're doing. So let us say thank you tonight. We're so glad that you're here, and we really appreciate your service.
Actually, this event is the first of 4 meetings that are scheduled for the South St. Pete Community Redevelopment Area Planning Committee. And basically, the charge of the Planning Committee basically is to come up with a redevelopment plan for South St. Pete. And actually what it means for the community is it's the hope and dreams of the people here in South St. Pete in terms of employment, in terms of affordable housing, in terms of health, services, in terms of bringing, new retail, healthy retail food, convenience stores, and also, to improve the transportation, improve the school system, and also to create a sort of opportunity zones for South St. Pete. As you well know, what brought this all about was the Pinellas County Board of Commissioners had convened a poverty study. And what they found out was that South St. Pete had a 30% poverty rate, one of the highest in the state of Florida. Uh, these are people who are without jobs, without opportunities. And so what it means starting today and going forward is for the City of St. Pete, in conjunction with the Pinellas County Board of Commissioners, have come up with a plan to redevelop the entire community, South St. Pete. In doing that, we're talking about commercial revitalization, along the Florida main streets. We're talking about affordable housing. And we're talking about new health services. We're talking about employment and jobs, for the people that live in South St. Pete. Also, we're trying to bring in more healthy food, opportunities for people. And in all doing that, we're trying to redevelop the entire community.
One of the things that I like about this era in which we live is that the technology, television, the social networks all make it possible for citizens to observe and in many ways vicariously participate in government. And this tonight is an example of government in action based on a law passed by the state, which is being implemented across the state, permitting communities to take on the responsibility of creating a community renewal area and planning for how that area can meet 14 requirements for removal of blight, which are in the enabling legislation. This particular area, which is South St. Petersburg, has been working in many ways over many years to address the problem of poverty. And we've arrived at a new plateau here where we really realize that based on a study that was done by the county, by Pinellas County and its Economic Development Initiative, its organization, poverty has been identified. It has been addressed in metric terms, in terms of indicators of poverty, and it's made possible for residents of the city of St. Petersburg to now, through the community renewal process, plan for, involve citizens and business and academic institutions and corporations and all of the stakeholders in St. Petersburg and in Pinellas County to help South St. Petersburg eliminate poverty and begin to develop a calculus for putting at least 5,000 people to work in jobs that they weren't eligible for before. We have some new tools, the tax increment financing, which is a complicated way of using tax income in a proactive and transformative ways. We can use the data provided by the City Planning Commission. We can use the census data, and before the census year of 2020, have designed and implemented changes which will change the outcomes and the trajectory of life in South St. Petersburg. And this is the beginning of that process. This is a meeting of an ad hoc community renewal advisory committee, which will work together with all the levels of government and with the citizens who live in the community renewal areas to build upon efforts that have been made on many occasions before, but have not been able to be sustained or replicated and resourced in a way that will bring about real change in the physical, the economic, the educational, and the social life of people who live in this newly designated community renewal area. It's a collaboration of county government and state government and local government, of businesses and residents who have been working for 7 years planning an approach that will really now finally impact the existence of poverty and not manage it or maintain it, but eliminate it. And this is a vehicle that we're going to use. And it's been used across the state And this whole vehicle has been used in many communities in the United States. And I have reason to know because it's based on some standards set by the National Urban Policy, which was created under President Jimmy Carter. And all of you know how long ago that was, which I helped to design and was the executive director of putting in place in front of Congress to get it approved. So here we have it, living color in St. Petersburg. Welcome.
Well, I'm here today outside FIS in St. Petersburg for a Stuff the Bus event. This is an opportunity where the employees of this great company are bringing in school supplies for kids who are in need of supplies. We want to make sure all of our kids have the tools that they need so that best prepares them for the school year, and that they can get in there and learn as much information as they can throughout the year. And this is a great opportunity for the community to kick in and really be supportive. We're thankful to FIS for their efforts here today, to Pinellas County Council PTA for what they're doing, Dr. Grego, and the Pinellas County School System for their support of this event. And we certainly want to encourage everyone. If you've got some extra supplies around the house, there's a lot of kids who could use them. We want to make sure kids have the best tools possible to make them successful.
Well, we're here today to really help prepare and to bring our community together to prepare for the start of a wonderful 2014-15 school year. The Stuff the Bus concept is engaging community members, in this case FIS Global Business, and contributing to preparing our students and bringing the supplies and pencils and papers and notebooks that students need that may not be able to afford it for the first day. We want every student prepared to enter our schools for the first day. Well, the Stuff the Bus is a way to reach out to this community. It originated a number of years ago. I quite honestly don't know the exact year it did, but it's a wonderful symbol, the big yellow school bus, of saying school's about to start in a few weeks, and it gets people geared up to doing that. Parents are starting to realize the summer vacation is starting to wind down. For us in Pinellas County, we've had a very busy summer. We've had a wonderfully successful summer bridge program with just under 13,000 students attending. A lot of staff development for our teachers, but we're all here to prepare for the real thing, and that is when our students come back. And the Stuff the Bus concept and the Stuff the Bus event is a great indication that school is right around the corner, and so it sends a strong signal to our parents and our teachers and everyone else that we're looking forward to a great year. I just want to thank the Mayor Kreisman. I want to thank FIS Global. This is one of several Stuff the Buses that this community engages in. But it is through the partnerships that we have with the City of St. Petersburg and with all of our municipalities that we are able to be successful as a school district. So thank you to the businesses, to the community advocates, to the people who so support public education. We're going to have a great year.
The purpose of the safety bus is to prevent any more accidents or injuries happening to the kids in Pinellas County. We have a group of people that came together. One of them is my supervisor that put this bus together. Everything that's on this bus, and this bus was donated. Everything on the bus was donated and grant monies in order to put everything together. The flat screen TVs, the generator that is ran on. And what we do is once a week during the school year, every other week I'm at a different school teaching the whole entire school, elementary school safety tips. Basically teaching them how to come on the bus, things they need to know in the bus, wearing their seatbelts the proper way, when they're coming to the bus stop, how far away they should be from the bus, when they're getting on the bus to make sure they're held onto the handrail, not to run, not to cross behind the bus. These are things that a lot of times kids don't get. We teach them a lot of things, but sometimes we forget to teach them the proper way of getting on the bus. Because once they start running to the bus stop, a lot of kids forget to look both ways. So the safety bus, when they come out to the school, we basically teach them not to do those things and how to get to the bus stop at least 10 minutes early. The schools love it because we basically work through the PE department, and we do it through their PE hour, and that every school I've been to, they loved it. There has been a turnaround with the kids because the things that the kids didn't know, they now know, and they do practice it once. And then the kids that I see later on, they tell me, hey, I still remember not to run, to meet 10 minutes early to the bus and hold on to the handrail and to put their seatbelts on when they're getting on the bus.
So having the mayor come on, we participate in a number of local community events as well as work with a number of local charities. So we love to stay connected, obviously, with the mayor so that anything that he's working on, anything that we can help with, we partner with a lot of the local businesses in the area, and having him understand a little bit more about what we do and the opportunities we offer to the local citizens is a big plus for us. We're happy about it. Really, this is a great thing that FIS is the sponsor of, but really it's the employees here that make the difference. All of the donations are coming from the employees. We offer a couple of raffles and do some things to reach out to local businesses, but this is really just a demonstration of how great our staff is to reach out and do this. And this is one of probably 30 things that we'll do this year for the local community.